Thank you for tuning in to As It Lays. Today's subject is Bobby Shriver. Bobby, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll just get started with the questions. What is the wonder of the world you'd most like to visit?
A place. I could answer Paul McCartney in a recording studio, but you're talking about a place. So, wonder of the world I know. Tibet. Monasteries in Tibet, I think.
Do you like surprises?
Spontaneity, I would say, more than surprises. I hate surprises in work, because it usually means that someone has messed up and I'll be asked to fix it. But spontaneity is great.
Who would you be most starstruck to meet?
I met him once, and I was so starstruck I walked out of the room. It was Luciano Pavarotti. I walked into a room. I did not know he was going to be there. He opened the door, actually, to the room. It was in Milan. He opened the door thinking that I supposed that I was somebody else. I saw him there, and there he was, you know, Pavarotti himself. And I was like, turned around and walked down there. It was too much for me. Embarrassing story, but anyway, there you have it.
What are your thoughts on Japanese cars?
I had a Honda when I got out of college, and it was the best car I ever had, and it was super cheap. It got, I don't know, 45 miles to the gallon, one of the first Accords. And I must say, I really did love it. It had front-wheel drive. I lived in Chicago. I worked midnight to 8. I was working for the newspaper, and it was always snowy. So I had this very cheap car with front-wheel drive that never got stuck. I had an excellent heater. So I liked them.
Does one learn how to be charming, or is one born charming?
That's a good question. I was talking, funny you asked me that, because I was talking as I was driving my little daughter to school this morning, she's 14, with her about, she's very charming. And I was discussing with her whether that was hard work for her or not. And I think the answer was no, she had always really an interest in people, and that led to charm. If you're not interested in people, it's very hard, I think. You can't learn charm. So you're born with an interest in people, which develops into charm, I think.
Do you keep your enemies closer?
No.
Would you rather go naked or wear fur?
Probably go naked. Never thought about wearing fur in any capacity.
Do you ever toss a coin into a fountain and make a wish?
I did so yesterday at the Santa Monica Promenade with the dinosaur that spooks out the water. And I had my 3-year-old daughter there, and she wanted to make a wish. Because as we were walking down there, suddenly the fountain came on, and it seemed such a propitious moment that we had to make a wish. So we did.
How do you know when it's time for a change?
That's a really good question. I would say you know, for me in my work, it's when I feel I'm not learning anything anymore. I feel like I'm repeating myself, or I feel, you know, I don't feel excited. If I'm doing something that should not change, I'm very, very engaged and focused on it. I start like looking around and thinking, maybe I should do that. Then I know I'm lost it.
How did you learn that Santa Claus wasn't real?
That's such a harsh question. So funny you asked me that, because my daughter this morning, the 14-year-old, chastised me, she's 14, for not telling her earlier in her life that Santa Claus was fake. She felt it was a big lie that I had perpetrated on her, and I was trying to explain to her, no, honey, it's a thing that, you know, it's fun. And she goes, no, absolutely not. It's a lie. You lied to me. I was like, oh my God. I remember finding out when I caught my mother, I was probably 8. I was determined to see Santa because he had eluded me because I, of course, had fallen asleep. And so I was determined to see him, and I pretend to go to sleep, and then I woke myself up, and I was lurking around this room where the tree was, thinking Santa's going to appear, kind of shaky. So all of a sudden I saw my mother walking in, and I burst out from behind the door. I said, "What are you doing here?" She was like, "Ah!" And then the truth came out. I'm still quite sad about that, I might add, that there is no Santa Claus. It's sad. I love doing Santa Claus tracking. Maybe that could be a question for a future guest. Do you, if they have children, you ask them, do you do, because I'm sure you know, on the internet you can track Santa Claus progress and see the sleigh on Christmas Eve where it is. And it's something to do, Santa Claus tracking.
As a teenager, did you go through any strange or awkward phases?
Yes, all of them were strange and awkward. The thing was a total horror show. Being a teenager.
Is life long or short?
Very, very short.
Do you have any favorite music videos?
Yeah, I like, my pal Herb Ritz made a great Janet Jackson video where she's rolling on a thing at the beach in the desert, which I saw him make, which was quite an amazing thing. I think his early videos of Madonna are amazing. I like some of the Hype Williams videos. I love the Bruce Springsteen thing where he pulls Courtney Cox out of the crowd. Who knew it was Courtney Cox in those days, but it was a great, energetic video. And I like all the Christmas videos that I made for the very special Christmas series of records that I worked on. Herb made a great one of John Bon Jovi there. U2 made a great one. Sting made an amazing one of a song called Gabriel's Message. A black and white video that are amazing.
In your opinion, what is the great American novel?
Moby Dick.
In college, were you ever involved in any social or Greek organizations?
They weren't Greek, because where I went to college they didn't, I think they actually did, had one Greek organization. But where I went to college they had very minor but still existing things called secret societies. And of course I couldn't tell you whether I was involved in one or not.
What does making it mean to you?
Feeling of having enough, I would say. That you have enough of whatever it is you want, whether it's money, ability to execute your visions, dreams, that you're not inside, that you don't feel, I need more of whatever the thing is. It's sort of peace, gratitude. That's a good place.
How often do you get your hair cut?
Whenever I look in the mirror and think, man, it's looking shaggy. I don't have a regular schedule.
Can you do any impressions or impersonations?
None very well, but I can do, particularly of my brothers and certain people who are friends of mine. I've cultivated a minor talent. Very minor, I might add, but it's really funny. There's nothing funnier than someone who's really good at impressions doing an imitation of you. That is one of the funniest things. If you did not know the person was good at impressions and suddenly, at some occasion, they get up and start imitating you, that is funny. It's so embarrassing and horrifying, but it's really funny.
When it comes to frozen yogurt, do you prefer the shops that serve you or the ones where you can serve yourself?
Serve myself.
What do you want the world to know about Bobby Shriver?
Nothing. No, I don't. I think that's not a too cute an answer. Probably that you know, I suppose that the work I did, you know, that other people could do, You know, I think sometimes I talk about the work, somebody goes, oh, well, yeah, of course you did that, but that's only because you had, and I think, no, you could do it too. You know, and here's why you could do it, here's how you could do it. I'm talking about activism work. I really think that when people set their mind to do things that are entrepreneurial, like I've done, the things they do are so wild and successful and magical. And I think that, you know, I don't know, when I've been able to encourage people to do that and I see the things they do, I get very excited. So somehow they know that I did the entrepreneurial things I did with just as much fear and as many failures probably as they have failed, or fear failure, or fear that it's not going to work, but that, you know, if you persevere anyway, something amazing will happen.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. Thank you.